What if I told you, your emotions are not random? What if sadness, anxiety, fear, confidence, and peace are not just feelings, but frequencies you are broadcasting every single second? And what if certain crystals have the power to gently shift those emotional frequencies, without force, without belief, and without you trying too hard? Stay with me till the end, because today you will understand something most people never realize about emotions, energy, and crystals. Hello, beautiful soul. Today we are talking about something deeper than motivation, deeper than positive thinking, and deeper than surface-level spirituality. We are talking about emotional vibration, and how crystals interact with your emotional body in a very real, scientific, and energetic way. This video is not about magic. It is not about superstition. And it is definitely not about blind belief. It is about how energy influences energy, and how your emotions respond to the environment you are immersed in. What is emotional vibration? Every emotion you feel carries a measurable frequency. Fear feels heavy, contracted, and draining. Anger feels sharp, heated, and restless. Grief feels dense, slow, and exhausting. Now notice this. Love feels open. Peace feels light. Gratitude feels expansive. Confidence feels stable and grounded. These are not just words. Your nervous system, your brainwaves, and even your heart rhythm change based on your emotional state. Your body is constantly responding to vibration. How crystals hold energy. Crystals are not alive like humans, but they are not dead either. They are highly ordered structures. Their atoms vibrate in stable, repeating patterns. This is why crystals are used in watches, radios, satellites, and medical technology. Unlike human emotions, which fluctuate constantly, crystals hold a consistent frequency. That consistency is the key. How crystals affect emotions. When your emotional vibration is unstable, your system seeks balance. Just like a tuning fork, your emotional field naturally begins to synchronize with nearby stable frequencies. This is called resonance. Crystals do not force change. They do not fix you. They simply provide a stable energetic reference point. Your emotional body does the rest. When someone holds rose quartz, many report feeling calmer, softer, and emotionally safer. Why? Because rose quartz carries a gentle, heart-centered frequency that supports emotional openness. When someone works with amethyst, they often experience mental clarity and emotional relief. Because amethyst interacts strongly with the nervous system and stress patterns. Black tourmaline does not remove fear. It grounds excess emotional energy, helping the body feel protected and stable. This is not imagination. This is the body responding to consistent vibration. Why results feel subtle? Crystals work subtly. Because emotional healing is not dramatic. It is cumulative. You may not feel a sudden transformation, but you may notice you react less. You breathe deeper. You feel more centered. Your emotional recovery becomes faster. That is real change. Common misunderstanding. Crystals do not replace therapy. They do not replace action. They do not replace self-awareness. They support your emotional environment, so growth feels safer and more natural. Think of them as emotional stabilizers, not emotional solutions. How to use crystals effectively. You do not need many crystals. You do not need expensive ones. Consistency matters more than quantity. Wear them. Hold them during emotional moments. Keep them in spaces where you rest or think. Let your nervous system learn their frequency. No rituals are required. Presence is enough. In the next part, I will explain which crystals affect which emotional states, how long emotional shifts usually take, and why some people feel changes faster than others. So stay connected. If this perspective shifted the way you see emotions, comment below. Energy responds to stability. Like this video if you felt clarity. Subscribe for deeper, grounded spiritual knowledge. And share this with someone who feels emotionally overwhelmed right now. Your emotions are not weak. They are intelligent. They are listening. Have you ever noticed? Some people heal emotionally faster than others, even when they go through the same pain. It is not luck. It is not strength. And it is not willpower. It is resonance. Today, we go deeper. Because now that you understand emotional vibration, it is time to understand how different crystals interact with different emotional states, and why timing, intention, and awareness change everything. This is part 2 of understanding how crystals influence your emotional vibration. If you have ever felt confused, emotionally drained, or stuck in repeating emotional patterns, this part is especially for you. Because emotional healing is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming emotionally regulated. Emotional states and crystals. Let us begin with anxiety. Anxiety is not fear. It is excess future-focused energy. The nervous system is overactive, constantly scanning for threats. Crystals like amethyst, lepidolite, and howlite carry calming, stabilizing frequencies that slow down mental overstimulation. They help the body feel safe in the present moment. Now sadness and grief. Grief is heavy. It pulls energy inward. It slows emotional circulation. Crystals like rose quartz and rhodonite support gentle emotional movement. They do not rush healing. They allow emotions to flow without becoming overwhelming. Now anger and frustration. Anger is powerful energy. But when trapped, it becomes destructive. Carnelian and red jasper help channel emotional intensity into grounding and stability, instead of suppression or explosion. Now emotional numbness. Numbness is emotional shutdown. It is a protective response. Crystals like moonstone and labradorite help gently reopen emotional awareness without forcing vulnerability. Why some people feel results fast. Some people feel crystal effects immediately. Others take weeks. This is normal. Your emotional system responds based on your sensitivity, your emotional history, and how much emotional tension you are holding. The more emotionally guarded a person is, the slower the response. That does not mean crystals are not working. It means your system is learning safety. How long does emotional shift take? Emotional vibration does not change overnight. But here is what usually happens. First, awareness increases. Then emotional reactions soften. Then recovery becomes quicker. Finally, emotional patterns begin to change. Crystals support the process. They do not replace it. Why intention matters? Intention is not magic. It is focus. When you consciously interact with a crystal, your brain creates a reference point. Your nervous system associates stability with that frequency. This strengthens emotional regulation. You are training your emotional body. Mistakes people make. Many people expect crystals to remove emotions. That is impossible. Emotions are messages, not problems. Crystals help you listen without being overwhelmed. The real purpose of crystals. The real purpose of crystals is not emotional escape. It is emotional mastery. They teach your system what balance feels like, so you can return to it on your own. Here is the truth. Crystals do not change your emotions. They change your emotional environment. And when the environment changes, the system adapts. Your emotions are not broken. They are responding exactly to what they have learned. Crystals simply remind your body of another possibility. Stability, safety, balance. If you felt something shift while listening, that was not coincidence. That was resonance. And resonance is how real emotional healing begins. Comment below. My emotions are learning balance. Like this video. If you want deeper emotional clarity, subscribe. If you are ready to understand energy, without fear, fantasy, or force, and share this with someone who feels emotionally lost. Because healing does not begin When emotions disappear, healing begins. When emotions finally feel safe to exist.